This
And
conference will now be recorded.
before coming, yes. So any other programming languages you know?
No.
Okay. So did you search anything about Python in Google? No. So directly have come to the class. Yes. Yes. Yes, Rajesh, you can give the answer orally. Yes, your mic is not working, Rajesh. Yeah, Rajesh, you don't chat here. You can give answer orally. So whatever you want to tell, you can tell orally. So if your mic is not working, then okay, fine. Okay. So Rajesh has said that it is a extension to Java. Yes. So actually it is not an extension to Java, so there is no relation to Java with Python. Okay. Well, only thing is, so Python has become popular after Java. Okay. So actually Python is an old language than Java. Okay. So Java is invented in 95. Python is invented in 89. Okay, which is older? Python is older, no? So Python is older than Java, but Python has come to the picture. Python is popular after Java. Okay, so there is nothing like extension. So there is no relation with Java. Okay, right? We have some common things from Java to Python. Okay, so that we'll discuss later. Okay, fine. Now, okay, so before going to this Python or this programming everything, so first we need to understand, or first we need to ask ourselves why this programming language? What is the need of this programming language? Yes, anybody? Yes, what is the need of programming language? Yeah, without programming, can't we survive? Yes, so are you there? No, we cannot survive. So Rajesh is saying that we cannot survive without programming. Why so? Why so? Why we use programming? Yeah. So first we need to know what is that program. Program means, what do you mean by program? So it is something like step-by-step process, you can say. Okay, so not only in this IT, uh, everywhere you have programs. Okay, so let us say you're planning something today. Okay, so what do we say? What is your program today? What is your program today means what you will do from morning to evening. Okay, so you will be having some points. Okay, so I will do this in morning. Okay, uh, I will do something in afternoon. Okay, something else in evening. Okay, like that, time wise we will be writing some points. Okay, right. So step by step what we need to do, that is nothing but program, simple. Okay, so step by step process is nothing but program. Okay, now to whom you are writing this step by step process means this is something like system. Okay, to system we are writing this program. Okay, fine. So for system you can say, for system to do a task, we write program. Okay, fine. So the program means it is something like a task. Okay, how to do the task, that we will write step by step manner we will be writing. So that is called some program. Okay, right. Now here, if I want to tell something to system, okay, what do you mean by system here first? System means it is not like your computer. Okay, don't think system means always a computer. Okay, so it is some hardware plus software. Hardware plus software. Okay, right, is a system. Right. Now I'll be giving you a simple example. Uh, Let us say I want to capture an image. Okay, so there is something. Okay, so there is uh, some cute environment I'm having. Okay, let us say that maybe sunset or sunrise. Okay, so it is very beautiful, so I want to capture that image. Okay, so what do we do? We'll be taking your camera first. We will be, okay, if you take your mobile. Okay, so what do? You'll go through your camera. Okay, and from that you will set the image. Okay, so how you set? So till it looks well. Okay, so you will set it and then you capture it. Okay, you'll capture it. So when you click on some button, that is capture button. Okay, so the image which is really existing on okay, that sun image will be captured by your camera and it is saved as some soft copy. It is saved as some soft copy. It is saved as some image. Okay, right. So when we click that capture button, when we click that capture button, so many things are working there. Okay, right. So whatever the interface you are seeing there. Okay, so which is showing you how will be the pic after capturing. Okay, and the capture button. Okay, and we have any other option like with flash or without flash, or so daylight or night. Okay, some settings. Okay, so things are there. Okay, they're all come under something called here software. Okay, so which are related or connected to your interface. Okay, when you select any of the option in the interface, some changes are happening in your product. Product means in your image. Okay, so the changes which are made by checking some options in your interface. Okay, in the backend, you have something called programs. Okay, to change any of the feature. Okay, so you are selecting in the interface node. Okay, interface means it is something like a mediator. Okay, and so whatever you see on the screen, okay, it will be a mediator. Okay, so it is something like it is a mediator between a human being and the software. Okay, fine. So let us say I'm clicking on this file, means I'm getting some options here again. Okay, when I click on new, okay, so it is saying that okay, you save this first. Okay, when I click on save, okay, I'm getting some window where to save. Okay, it is asking where to save. Okay, so how I'm getting all these things? Because there is some step-by-step process written for every option. Okay, so what to do if I click on file? Okay, that is already written. Okay, and what to do if I click on new? Okay, and what to do if I click on save? Okay, like that we have different options we are selecting, and it is reacting as per our interaction. Okay, right? So they're all some programs. Okay, so all programs together. Okay, so one or more programs is known as software, or you can say application. Software or application. Okay, so you may be having sometimes only one program, or you may be having several programs. Okay, if you have more options, okay, in your software or application, so means what? For every option we have some program. Every option we have some program. Okay, so one or more programs together is known as software or application. Okay, and this all programs together is known as system. It is known as system. Okay, fine. Now I am interacting with system actually. Okay, so whenever I am clicking something here, let us say I am clicking on format, it is giving some options. I am clicking on font, okay, it is giving some other options. Okay, means what? When I am interacting with system, okay, it is responding. Okay, I'm actually giving some request, it is responding. Okay, fine. So when I am interacting with system, as per normal thinking, it is very common sense that system language I should know. Okay, if I am interacting with you people, I should know your language. No, yes. Can I teach in Tamil? Anybody is okay for Tamil? Yes. Do you know Tamil?
Sir, please continue English, sir. Hello.
Yes. Yeah.
Sir, please continue class in English, sir.
Yes. So I have to speak in English only. Okay.
Okay.
I can Tamil no, because you don't know. Yes. So
We know little bit, sir.
okay, little bit. Some people may not know. Okay, so Rajesh may not know.
Okay.
Here we have some other person, Pawan. Okay, so what is the meaning here? If I am speaking something which you don't know, you cannot understand, you cannot respond. Okay, fine. So if I am speaking something as per systems language, okay, in systems language if I speak, so system can understand, system can give some response. Okay, so what is the systems language? What is the systems language? Yes, is it Telugu, Tamil, English, or C, C++, Python? What is systems language? So it is called a machine language. Systems language is nothing but machines language. Okay, systems language or your application. Okay, low level language, we say low level language, machine language or binary language. Okay, so this is very uh, familiar, no? Binary language. Okay, so can we write a program in this language? We don't know what is this machine's language. Binary language. Binary language we know. Okay, zeros and ones, yes or no. Binary means what? Two options. Everywhere we have two options. Okay, so using those two options only, we'll keep on writing this program. Okay, so this is very difficult actually. Writing a program in binary language or machine language is very difficult. Okay, so what do? You will be writing some program in something called a high level language. Okay, we will be writing a program in high level language. Okay, and Python is one of the high level language. Python is one of the high level language. Okay, so high level language means what? User understandable language, or which is easy to user. Okay, not for system, which is easy to user. Because why we are going for high level language? Because this binary language is difficult to understand or difficult to handle to write a program. So what I'm doing, I'm going for high level language. Okay, fine. So we have so many high level languages, not only Python. Okay, C, C++, Java. Okay, like this we have so many high level languages. Fine. Now what we need to do, this high level language is not known to system. Okay, so you need to convert it, you need to translate it to machine language. Okay, fine. So let us say I went to Tamil Nadu. Okay, so people are speaking in Tamil, I don't know Tamil. So what I will do, I will translate, to my language, Telugu or Hindi or English. Okay, somehow I will translate to my language. Okay, my mother tongue. Fine. So in the same way, Python is not known to system, so we need to translate to machines language or binary language. That is your systems language. Okay, your systems language. Fine. Now for that purpose, we have something called here interpreter. We have something called interpreter. So interpreter is a translator, we can say. It is a translator. Okay, so it will be translating your high level language to machine language. Okay, and now sometimes interpreter may not create directly the machine language. Okay, it will create, but sometimes it may not create. What it will do, from Python. Okay, so we have supplied this Python code to interpreter. So this interpreter is producing something called pyc.pyc. Okay, and that .pyc is given to something called pvm. I will explain everything, don't worry. pvm, Python virtual machine. Okay, and this is this pvm is converting or translating your .pyc to machine language. Okay, so sometimes this may happen. Okay, so what do you mean by this way of translating and this way of translating? So here we have something called PYC, which is known as common language. Common language. So when common language is needed means when you change the platform. Okay, when you change the platform. So compilation and execution, you have two phases. Okay, so compilation means it is something like translation. Translation. Okay, execution means run the software. Okay, means use the software, run or use, anything you can say. Okay, so here see, I have some Python code. Okay, first I need to compile, because compile means what? Translate. Okay, because this Python code is not known to your system. Okay, so it should be in binary language or machine language. Okay, so I need to translate. Fine. Now I may not use the same system every time. Okay, fine. Let us say I'm using here Windows operating system. As per my laptop, I'm using Windows operating system. Okay, fine. Now I want to compile here. Okay, I want to translate. I will get some file. Okay, so that file I want to use in Linux. Okay, or let us say I have here some file .py file. So your extension will be .py. Okay, I have this p1.py. So this I have written in Windows. I am using this file in Windows. Okay, and I have one more file, that is p2.py. I have written this in Linux. I have written this in Linux platform. Okay, Linux operating system. Okay, so what I want to do is in P1, in P2, I want to use this P1. Okay, I want to use this P1. I don't want to write again whatever we have in P1. I don't want to write again. Okay, what I want to do, I want to use this P1 in P2. But where is this P2? P2 is in Linux. Where is P1? In Windows. Okay, in Windows. So if you are using this P1 in Windows only, okay, directly it will create machine language. Okay, but if I want to use this P1 in P2, so what I write in P2, here I will write something called import P1. I will write like this. Okay, I want to use P1 in P2. So what I write? I will write some line that is called import P1. Import P1 means what? I want to use P1 in P2. I want to use P1 in P2. So what happens? I need to compile again. Okay, I need to compile again as per Linux. So Linux understandable language is different, Windows understandable language is different. Okay, so I need to compile again. So to avoid compilation again and again, okay, what we do is we will be going to use this .pyc. Okay, .pyc. So what it will do, it will not compile directly to machine language. So it will be giving you .pyc. Okay, so .pyc is a common language. It is something like English. Okay, so when Tamil person is speaking something, I don't know what I will do. I will be, so Tamil person will translate and he will be giving some response in English. Okay, right? I'm speaking with Tamil person, but he is not speaking in Tamil. Internally, what he will do in his mind, he will translate Tamil to English, and whatever he gets, okay, how to use the words in English, he will prepare everything in his mind, and what he will do, he will be delivering in English. Okay, so that is called here common language. Okay, .pyc. Okay, so this .pyc I can use for P2. Okay, this .pyc I can use for P2. Means what? My P1, which is written in Windows, can be used in Linux, because of this PYC. Okay, PYC means compiled Python code. Compiled Python code means translated Python code. Compiled means what? Translated. Translated Python code. Okay, in which language it is translated? It is translated to common language. Okay, or we can say byte code. It is also known as byte code. Okay, byte code. Okay, so byte code is understandable by any platform means Windows or Linux. Platform means your operating system. Okay, and so platform means here you will get so many things, not only operating system. Your device is one of the platform where you are executing your software or program. Okay, so that is platform. Okay, platform means what? It is something like where you have installed, where you have executing your program. Okay, that is platform. Okay, okay, so that may be a device, that may be an architecture. Okay, so you as per device your architecture will change. Okay, your mobile architecture is different, your laptop, your desktop architecture is different. Okay, let us say i'm using I'm using some Python code for some web application. Okay, web application is different. Application wise also you have different platforms: mobile application, web application, desktop application. Okay, so as per application, as per your device, as per your platform, means as per your operating system. Okay, you have different platforms. Okay, I want to execute my program everywhere. I want to execute my program everywhere. Okay, so means what? I want to interact with people everywhere. Okay, that may be in Tamil Nadu, that may be in Maharashtra, that may be in Punjab, that may be in Kerala, everywhere. Means what? What language I should get? I should know. That is common language I should know. Okay, so common language is here something like English or Hindi, something like that. Okay, fine. So this PYC is helping you. This PYC is helping you to execute your P1 everywhere. Okay, wherever you want to use, you can use. So whenever I write this import P1, what this P1 will do? It will create its compiled code, that is .pyc. Okay, it will create its compiled code, that is .pyc. Okay. So PYC is not created always. PYC is not created always. So when it is created, when you write that import, then only it is created. Okay, fine. Okay. Now, if you are not using your code somewhere else, okay, means you are not writing import, then there is no need of any PYC. Okay. Now I have some doubt. Sir, I have P1 and P2 in the same platform, in the same system I'm using, but I may be using this P1 code in P2. Okay, there will be some need to. Okay, in the same platform, I'll be using P1 code in P2. Then also PYC is created because I have used import, so PYC is created. But this PYC is not used actually. Okay, so when you are in the same platform, PYC is created when you write import, but this PYC is not used directly by Python only. It will be converted to machine language. Okay, fine. So that is called scripting, we say. Okay, if you are not using compiled code, code to execute your program, then it is called scripting language. It is something like HTML, JavaScript, okay, VB script. Okay, like that we have some scripting languages. Okay, so do you know HTML code? Anybody does anybody did that HTML coding? Yes. No.
Basic, sir.
Yes. So HTML coding, you know. Okay. So what do you do when you create some file with the .html extension? Okay.
Yeah.
So directly you will double click on that. Some web page is open. You will be getting some output. That's it. Okay. So are you getting any compiled code like .pyc or something like that there? No. Okay. So which is executed in the same platform directly by converting your HTML code to machine's language. Any code that may be HTML or that may be Python, that may be C, C++, any code, ultimately it will be translated to machine language only, because machine cannot understand your HTML code or your Python code, your C code. Fine. So if you are not using this .pyc, then that is called scripting. Okay. If you are using that pyc, then it is called programming. Okay. Programming means what? Programmed. Okay. Your day is programmed means what? You are planned already. Okay. So you have some plan that you need to implement. Okay. That is called programmed. Okay. So here also something, you have some compiled code that you need to use here, implement. Okay. So if you are using some compiled code, that is programming language. Okay. If you are not using that, it is a scripting language. Okay. Fine. So this PYC is generated when you use import. Okay. So when you use import, it will think, okay, some code from P1 is used somewhere else. I don't know whether it is in same platform or different platform. Okay. In safe side, what I need to do, I need to create this PYC. Okay. So this PYC will help you to execute your P2 successfully, because P2 is using P1. Okay. So that may be in the same platform or different platform. If it is the same platform, I don't use PYC. Okay. If it is in different platform, I will use PYC, because common language is needed, because my platform is changing here. Okay. So like that, your Python is platform independent language. Platform independent language. Platform independent language. And so Python is a high level language. Python is platform independent language because of this PYC. Okay. What this PVM will do? It is also one type of translator. PVM means Python virtual machine. Virtual means what? Copy, or it is called something virtual image. We will say virtual image. When you book tickets, what you will get? Some image you will get, no? Seating arrangement, image of seating arrangement you will get. Okay, that is not physical. Okay, virtual. Okay, it is showing that, okay, your seats are like this. Okay, you select your seat. Okay, you will select, will based on that selection, based on that virtual image, we will go and sit on the original seats. Okay, that is physically existing seats. Okay, so it is also something like that. Okay, it is similar to your machine, it is similar to your system. Okay, it is not exactly a system. What it will do, it will act like a system, act like your machine. Okay, so this PVM can understand this common language, no? So there is some uh, assistant to your system. Okay, so if I want to meet any celebrity, okay, that may be a film actor, that may be a politician, okay, that may be a CM or PM, what we need, what we will do, we cannot meet them directly, no? Okay, we need to meet their PA, okay, assistant. Okay, so if we get some information from PA, that is nothing but the information is given by that CM or PM only. Okay, fine. So always I cannot ask PM, is a celebrity. So what I do, I will be in contact with his PA. In the same way, here also same thing. Okay, so mission or system is similar to your PVM. Okay, so when you install Python, these two things will come with you. Okay, this interpreter and this PVM, Python virtual machine. Okay, and there are so many virtual machines as per your platforms. Again, Windows virtual machine, Linux virtual machine. Okay, based on that you will be downloading and you will be installing your software. Okay, so let us see here. So I want to install Python, means what you do, you will be going for Python download. First you will download. So when you download, it will ask for which platform. Okay, see, Python releases for Windows. Okay, means I'm using Windows now. So it is showing for Windows. Okay, let us say we have looking for Python for different OS. It is saying Python for Windows, Linux, Mac, other. Okay, so you can click here. Okay, you will be getting options to download Python for different OS. Okay, this is actually for Windows because I am using Windows, so it is highlighting Windows. Okay, if you want to use for Linux, okay, so I will go for here Linux. Okay, actually you have that here. Okay, so here they are all for Windows only. Okay, so when you go for Linux, let us say I want to go for Linux version. Okay, so here you will be getting all Linux. Okay, Linux flavor. They are all Linux flavor. Okay, means what? Why it is asking the operating system? Because you have to download, you have to install these things. What you have to install? Interpreter and PVM. Okay. Right. So interpreter will be directly translating your Python code to machine language, means your Windows language or Linux language, like that. Okay. If you want to use this import, okay, if you are using this import, what it will do, it will be giving you .pyc, then PVM will come into the picture. Okay, so when you are using some code from other platform, okay, then that PVM will understand that common language and it will translate to machine language. Okay, fine. So that is regarding your platform independent language. Okay, so because of PVM, because of the .pyc actually, okay, our Python is platform independent language. Okay, next is object oriented language. Python is object oriented language. Now tell me, what do you mean by object in general? Not in programming, in general. In general, what do you mean by objects? Anybody? Yes. Do you have objects with you? Yes. Are you using any object in your daily life? No, you're not using any object. For every task, we will be using some thing, no? Okay. So let us say I'm using my laptop, okay, for programming, for conducting the class, okay, and you're also using some mobile or laptop in your side, okay. And so laptop is one of the object, okay. Mobile is one of the object. Let us say I want to watch a film. Okay, you can use laptop or you can use TV. TV is one of the objects. Okay, and let us say uh, I want to uh, I want to have some food. Okay, so what I do, I will place it in a plate and I will be eating. Okay, so plate is one of the objects. Okay, so to do some task, we need objects. Okay, in general, in our daily life also, we need objects. Any physically existing thing which is useful for your task is object. Simple. Okay, any physically existing thing which is useful for your task is object. Here also same thing. Now, which is useful to your program, which is useful to execute your program. Okay, but it should be physically existing. Physical existing means it should occupy some space. Okay, so in a normal objects like laptop or TV or mobile or your plate or your, okay, any machine like washing machine, okay, everything is object, no? So they are occupying some space. Why they are physically existing? Why we say they are physically existing means they are occupying some space. Okay, so physical space they are taking. So here also same thing. Only thing is in IT, in technical words, space means memory. Space means memory. So anything which takes memory, which uses memory, which occupies some memory, that is called object. Okay. Now why we need this object means you may be having some data in your Python files. Okay, you may be having some data in your Python files. Okay, that data should be saved somewhere to access later. Okay, to access them, to access data, we need to save that data somewhere. Okay, so how we will be saving? We will be saving in the form of objects. We will be saving in the form of objects. So directly the data cannot be used from your logic. Okay, so this is called your logical entity. Whatever the data you have in the program, that is called logically existing. Okay, so that data I cannot access directly because in program it is not having any memory. Okay, it is having memory somewhere else. Okay, in my RAM. Okay, let us say I'm not saving in a file, I'm not saving in a database. They're all permanently uh, saving the data. Okay, so if I don't save in file or database, we'll be using RAM. RAM is temporary memory. Okay, so temporary memory, from temporary memory I will be using the data. So somehow that may be a temporary memory or permanent memory, I need to save that data. Okay, so from there I can use later. Okay, fine. So through object only we'll be doing that. Okay, if I don't have object, I cannot access the data, so I cannot perform any action. I cannot access it in some other programs. Okay, so through object only I am going to access. Okay, so let us say I want to watch a movie. I cannot watch a movie if I don't have TV, if I don't have laptop. Okay, so movie is your data. Actually, whatever video you have, that video is your data. Okay, can we watch without any object? No, we should have some medium, no? Okay, some TV or some screen. Okay, you need to have. Okay, so if you go to theater, you will have some projector and screen. Okay, on that projector, you will be watching the movie. Okay, fine. So that is your object. Projector is your object. Okay, your screen is your object. Okay, so which is physically existing is an object, which is logically existing is something like data. Okay, fine. So your mobile signals, actually in mobile signals, we carry data. Okay, we carry data. So I want to use that data. So let us say I'm talking with some person, means he is using data which is transferred by me, okay, and he is listening in the form of audio. Okay, if I'm giving some message, means I am giving in the form of text. Okay, the way of conversation is different. That's it. Okay, so data I am sending as a text or as audio, that is different. Only thing is I am sending. Okay, data is sent through signal. Okay, so signal is carrying your data. Okay, so if I don't have mobile, mobile is one of the object. If I don't have mobile, if I don't have SIM, let us say signal related is SIM. Okay, so SIM is again used in mobile. Okay, so an object can be depending on some other objects. Okay, SIM is object which is depending on again mobile. Okay, or some device. Every time, not only mobile. Okay, you may use that SIM anywhere. Okay, so in some device. So that is also object. Okay, so object can depend on some other objects. Okay, if I don't have those objects, can I get that data? Can I get that message or can I get that call? No. Okay, so through objects only we are doing everything. Okay, here also same thing. In a Python file, I have some data to which is useful to do some task. Okay, if I am not accessing that data, then I cannot do the task. So how I can access? I will be accessing from memory. Okay, so memory is nothing but object. Okay, I'm accessing that from object. Okay, right. So this object is referring to some memory actually. Okay, so through object only we will be doing the task. We will be accessing the data and doing the task. So that's why it is called object oriented programming. Object oriented programming. If I don't have object, I cannot use that programming. No? So that's why it is called object oriented programming. Okay, so these three are major features of Python. Okay, not only Python, any language will have these three features: high level language, platform independent language, object oriented language. So we have some extra features there. It is a scripting. It can be used as a scripting and a programming, both. Okay, so that is extra feature you have in Python. And not only this, we have so many extra features in Python so that you can understand when you write programs. When you write programs, will be understanding other features also. Okay, so when I am writing some code, okay, there I will be giving you some more features, okay, which are exclusively for Python, okay, which are not available in other programming languages. Okay, so tomorrow we'll discuss how to install this Python. Okay, so what you are installing actually, when I am installing my Python software, what I am getting? Interpreter and PVM. These two things I am getting. Okay, so how to do that and how you write programs. So any setup you need to do before programming and where to write program and everything we'll be discussing in the next class. Okay, okay. So any questions till now? Yes. Any doubts or any questions?
Hello.
Yes. Yeah.
Sir, what is the full form of PVM, sir?
PVM. PVM means Python Virtual Machine. It is called Python Virtual Machine. So what do you mean by Python Virtual Machine? It is something like your machine only, your system only. Okay, similar to machine is virtual machine. Okay, virtual means what? It is something like, let us have some uh, pic. Okay, if you take your pic, that pic is virtual image of that person. Okay, pic is not the person. because image of the person. Okay, in the same way, for a machine, there is some virtual machine. Virtual machine, it is acts like machine. Okay, so your common language is there. No, this common language can be understandable by your virtual machine. Okay, so it will be supporting the machine language, means the native machine. Native machine means if you are installing in Windows, okay, it will be working for Windows. So your Python PVM will working for Windows. Interpreter is working for Python. Okay, so it is translating to common language, and your virtual machine is translating your common language to Windows language. Okay, like that. Okay. Yes. Any more doubts?
Sir, actually, I'm a BTech final year student, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I'm having a doubt that I'm able to learn or not, sir, this language.
No need to worry.
I am able to understand or not.
Yes, yes, yes. No need to worry. I will be teaching from scratch. Okay. So if you don't know anything in programming also, nothing to worry. Okay. So
Okay,
every
sir. Okay.
program, every example, I will explain from basic level. Okay. Right?
Okay,
So,
sir.
so many people are learning Python even though they don't have any programming language. Okay, programming knowledge. Okay,
Sir,
so
sir.
you know how to use system, that is enough, that's it. Okay, so you
Okay, sir.
means nowadays people are using system. Yes, so they are using
Yes, sir.
Facebook, they are using Instagram. Okay, so they are opening, they know this notepad. Yes, so some things you may not use, okay, earlier. So I will tell you about those things. Okay, so command prompt
Okay, sir. Okay,
we use. Okay, some software we download. Okay, so those softwares you
okay,
may
sir.
not, but how to use that software I will tell you, no need to worry. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
you
Okay, sir.
know what is normally a computer, how to use that computer. So these things you know, no? So that is enough.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
if you know that
Yes, yes.
basic, that is enough. Yeah, no need to worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, fine. So any more questions regarding today's session, or regarding any general questions like he is asking, like whether he can understand or not? Yes, nothing? Yeah, fine. So tomorrow we'll meet and we'll continue this discussion. Okay, fine. So at same time, 7 o'clock in morning, we'll be meeting again tomorrow. Okay. So you can leave. So tomorrow we'll continue the discussion.